G'day guys, welcome back. Another little play with my bloom blower today. Barbecue fan that I got from eBay. Just put the battery in, it takes a D battery, press it to come on and press it to go off. So having another little play with that today. And I've just mixed up some more paints. I've changed my last few videos or pours. I had slightly different pouring medium and I've made up some more pouring medium. I had to go out and buy some more ingredients yesterday, but I've made up some more. So, you know, I think everyone that does this bloom technique, I think they sort of change it a little bit to suit themselves. Everyone has slightly different ingredients and different ratios, and I've done the same. Started with Shelley's recipe and, you know, made it my own to some extent. You know, I've just, as I said, changed a few things. Now let's start at the very beginning. For the pillow, I am using the just white wall paint, low sheen. Okay, so that's that one. Won't pour my puddle out just yet, otherwise it'll be sitting there while I'm talking about everything else. My bloom pouring medium, I use 3 parts untinted wall paint. Make sure it's untinted, not white. 1 part gloss varnish and 1 part polyacrylic. This guy here, I actually bought this probably about 2 years ago, and I've never used it. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. I used it because I thought I'd varnish a painting, but it cracked. So I thought, oh, what am I going to do with it? So I've tried it in this bloom mixture, and I really like it. So that's that. My cell activator, which is in my little nozzle bottle, I just find they're easy to use. I've made up these this morning, and I've made them a little bit thicker. So I'm going to see how that goes before I put them into the squeeze bottles. These are the older ones. These are slightly thinner. But I'm just going to see how these thicker ones go today. And if they work well, then I'll pop them in here. But if they're too thick, then I can add some more paint and thin them out a little bit. The Jo Sonia's paints are quite thin. That's what I'm using. So, and you can get it in the bottles like that, or you can get it in the tubes. This is the dioxazine purple, which is in there. That's none of them. I'm just showing you the bottle. All right, so anyway, 3 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint, because it's so thin. If you put 2 parts pouring medium to 1 part paint, it's a lot thinner. That's what these two are. These are 2 to 1. These are 3 to 1. So I'm just going to see what happens. The cell activator, 3 parts Floetrol to 1 part Amsterdam white, titanium white. I think I just got that. Actually, there. Oh, I can't remember where I got it from. Just Google it. Where to get the Amsterdam white. Yeah, I couldn't really find it anywhere. I had to buy it online and get it sent out. Rightio, let's pour some of the pillow in, and I've just put this little pouring nozzle on top of my can. It just makes it so much easier. I will be actually pouring this into my squeeze bottle. But actually I forgot to do that this morning when I was mixing up all my pouring mediums and my paints. See, normally I put it into that, but it's empty now, so I will do that. Pour it into there. Just makes it easier to pour it out. Where are you going? I didn't say you could go anywhere. Righto, so this beautiful, beautiful teal is 50% phthalo blue and 50% phthalo green. So let's pop that out. This is the thicker one. Hope that's enough paint. Still unsure how much paint to actually use. And then I'm going to use the dioxazine purple. If you're using the nozzles, just scrape the top. Make sure that there's no little scab that's formed over the top, because you don't want that in your painting. I think it's all right. Put some purple down. hope these two aren't going to be too dark together actually. And then a little bit of this green. So they do leave a bit of a mound. It's very similar, actually no, it's a little bit thicker than what I would use for my flip cut paws. And this is magenta. Okay, that's my colours. All right, let's pop the cell activator on. Let's see if I can spread it out a little bit more. Okay, let's, oh, it's sinking already. Let's go before it sinks. I'm going to see if I can blow it out a little bit better than what I have been doing lately. I just find that taking my time with this and going slow tends to work better. There's no rush. Alright, I would like to, I've seen other people, and when they blow their white, like it covers all of that, all that colour. You can't see the colour, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm not using enough. Maybe I don't have enough power to blow the white across. Maybe my white's a bit thin because it kind of sunk. But that's all right. Let's just try this. Loving that teal there. Oh my gosh. Can't really see the purple very much at all. I'm just going to give that a minute. I may try and thicken up my cell activator for the next time actually, and just see if I can get a better result. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what is going wrong, because when I see, as I said, when I see other people blow the white just covers that whole amount of coloured puddles there, and mine only sort of just went over the top. So maybe I didn't use enough. Maybe it's too thin. More experiments are needed, obviously. So it's all moving really well together. So let's get stretching. Try not to drop it. Just touch those edges. Don't mind a little bit of the white showing. Back to the middle. So I've got actually got three greens now. I've got a phthalo green, a medium green, and then like a really bright, almost a fluoro green. This is the medium green in this one. I want to leave those colours. I actually quite like those stripy colours there, so let's leave them. But maybe this will just be my way of doing it, you know, not covering the whole thing, the whole puddle with white. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way mine are going to be. So you will still see those bands of colours around the edge. Is that a nice thing? Do you guys like that? Do you prefer not to see that? I don't know. Like, I'm still learning. I really don't know how it should be. Just doing it how I'm doing it. I'm going to leave that little bit of white there. Come back into the middle. I like a little bit of white. Loving these colours though. My gosh. Okay, so it's back in the middle now. I can change direction and go off to that other corner. I guess mine don't have to look like everybody else's, do they? I can put my own spin on things. I just see such beautiful blooms and I think, oh, why do mine look different? Like, why can't I get white covering over the whole thing? Then maybe other people see mine and go, oh, why can't I get mine like Julie's? Grass is always greener, hey? On the other side. I always want what someone else has got. It's the nature of human beings, isn't it? My lacing is very delicate. Got to give it that. It is very delicate. It's really like lightning. And I think that will do. Actually, no, it's a little bit kind of overstretched down here. Let me just take it back just a touch. You can play around with it a little bit. It takes a while. Now you can move it. As long as you don't move it too much and it starts sort of overstretching and getting out of shape. Oh, that's really pretty. Now wipe your finger underneath like that. A lot of people have said to me, why are you using tiles? I don't really know. I just thought, you know, when you're starting off, you don't want to be doing huge canvases, and I'm still practicing. And I didn't want to buy a whole heap of canvases. So I thought, oh, just the tiles, you know, I can just wash them. If I don't like the painting, I can wash it. It's not like I'm doing a huge canvas that I have to waste too much paint. So yeah, I'm just playing around using tiles. I have actually ordered some, what are they called? Canvas boards in this size. And I think because they're thinner and they're lighter, they're still like little squares. They're not canvases, they're canvas boards. You'll be able to put like cork on the back maybe and make a placemat or a trivet. I don't know. You could maybe hang them on the wall because they're not tiles, they're not too heavy. And because they're the canvas boards, you could actually like screw into the back of them with little nails or hooks or something and pop them on the wall. So anyway, that's what's coming. So that's why I'm using the tiles, because I'm just experimenting, I'm just practicing, and I didn't want to use big canvases. Oh, getting so much paint on me. Alright, so what do you think of that one, guys? Take you in. Loving the colours. So what do you think? Is my cell activator too thin? I'm thinking yes. Maybe I might do the next one. I think I'll go 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint, and just see how that goes, because you saw when I put it on it sunk. It has given me very delicate lacing though. Right, let's go down for a close-up. These colours are really, really pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I guess you can see a little bit of the purple in there against the blue. But mainly it's pink and green. I saw a couple of other people do pink and green and I thought, oh, that is just divine. I want to have a go. So that's where that inspiration came from. And you are more than welcome to be inspired by my colour palette. I don't mind at all. Now I think if you're going to put videos up there and show people how to do it, and encourage them to do it, then obviously you're encouraging them to use your colours and your techniques and everything else as well. That's how we learn. We try everyone else's things, ideas, and we all learn and grow, which is such a lovely way of doing things. And we've got a lovely art community that we can all share from each other and help each other. Okay, I'm going to, might use the really bright green next time just to see how that goes, and I'm going to thicken up my cell activator. So I'll see you for the next one, alright, and we'll have another go. Okay, bye for now.